Hello and welcome to GRE Mnemonics video number 49. A quick recap of our previous video. A seaside rugged broken cliff had a rag signal on top of it. An old wooden stair is used to onboard passengers from this seaside port. It made a rusty, creaky sound. One day, a young passenger crash landed while climbing down the staircase. Sadly, a disaster had struck her destination. There was a need for volunteers. The girl pitched in by giving freely. She donated and generously tweeted for more efforts in volunteering. She ventures the island after her volunteering is finished and to her dismay finds that her credit card is not working. With no free Wi-Fi near the den, she still has credit faith. So let us learn today's set of GRE words. Credulous. It means apt to believe on slight evidence, easily imposed upon. Unsuspecting, believed to readily. Clue, cradle rocked by cryptid yeti. A cradle is believed to have been rocked by a yeti. Considerable evidences have been gathered and people are easily believed that such a creature exists. Vast majority of books written about cryptids more or less view them from a favorable or even overly favorable or credulous angle. It means the idea being that the bulk of evidence support their existence. Accost. It means approach and speak to boldly or aggressively as with demand or request. Clue, lacrosse players approaching boldly. Now, visualize a gunpoint robbery occurs which could have cost a lacrosse player's life. So the lacrosse player approaches the police in an aggressive way. These two expressions show accosting. Approach boldly. He was accosted by a thief demanding his money or his life. In this example, the thief accosts a person. He approaches the person boldly, demanding his money or his life. Accouter. To equip, provide with military equipment. Clue, visualize scooter and S-400 missile with a loose uniform. Notice here, a hooter is blown and then a scooter with S-400 missile is equipping the civilians. To accouter a soldier is to dress her in military garb and provide her with the equipment she needs. In this example, a soldier is equipped with military equipments. Creed. Definite summary of what is believed. Confession of faith for public use. Clue, read the law. Here, the creed, which is used for public faith, is that no one is above the law. In short, everything is under judicial review. That was the rule of the land. The principle that no one is above the law is supposed to be a foundational democratic creed. But political leaders, at least in recent decades, have rarely been held accountable for their malfeasance. Notice here, the faith for public use or the creed in a democratic country is that no one is above the law. However, political leaders are rarely held accountable for their wrongdoings. Grimace. A facial distortion to show feelings such as pain and disgust. Clue, grim, sad face. Here you can notice the agitator is dazed. As a result, he has a grimace, sad face. A sharp pain scored the back of his throat and he swallowed with a grim mace. In this example, we get to know that the person bared all the pain and he showed a distorted face. So let us learn all the words using this short story. A cradle is reported to have been rocked by a cryptid. A gunpoint robbery occurs, which could have cost a lacrosse player's life. So the player approached the police very aggressively to stop the cryptid. Somehow the issue doesn't stop here. A scooter with S-400 missiles and uniforms arrives, and the military equips civilian to fight the cryptid. The civilians are aware after reading the law of the land. No one is above the law. The agitators face taser, and they all show a grim face. Now it's time for quiz. Do you remember the word which means approach and speak to boldly or aggressively, as with demand or request? Do you remember the meaning for the word creed? Do you remember the word as well as the meaning associated with this mnemonic? We hope you got all three of them right. In case you haven't, feel free to watch the video again. Let us know about your experience here till we meet next with our next set of GRE words. Thank you.